So this is me. Some of you might already know what I look like. Some of you probably, most of you actually probably don't. I'm going to explain why Apple is the worst company ever. Maybe not ever, but I really don't like them or their policies, what they do, etc.
Thanks for 356 subscribers, guys. That's awesome.
So first, it's their prices on everything. They charge way, way too much for things that really don't deserve the price that they get. For example, the Apple monitor stand. Look at this. $1,000 for a monitor stand. It's not even a whole monitor. It's just the stand for a monitor. And that's still, look, that's on the Apple website, dude. $1,000 for a stand. That's ludicrous. Asinine. You could buy a brand new gaming PC for $1,000, and it would be a really good gaming PC. You could build one for $1,000, but this monitor stand, $1,000, yeah, it's outrageous. It is, and I actually can't understand why anyone would actually buy it. Oh, and then they sell a Visa adapter for $200, dude. My whole monitor itself was $200, and my other monitor was like $160. This stand is more combined. The stand costs more than like everything on my desk combined. $200 for my monitor, $160 for my other monitor, $60 for my mouse pad, $70 for my mouse, $100 for my keyboard. Oh, and then like $200 for my desk. Let's calculate this. $790 for everything on my desk. And this monitor stand costs more. I don't know why anyone would pay for this. I really don't. Oh, you gotta see this, bro. The Mac Pro. Intel Xeon W. Okay. So the max one that you can get is 2.5 gigahertz, 28 cores, Intel Xeon W, and it costs $6,300. Let's check how much it actually costs if you wanted to buy it by itself. Intel Xeon W CPU 28 cores launched for $3,000. And on Apple's website, more than double the price. Okay, let's look at the memory. 32 gigabytes of memory, and another $270 for an extra 16 gigabytes of memory. I can buy 16 gigs of memory for like $100. Look at this. 16 gigabytes of RAM for $107 on Newegg. And Apple wants to charge $270 for another 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's a scam. It's robbery. It's theft. It is. And if you pay for this, I mean, look at this. It's absurd. Who's paying for 1.5 terabytes of RAM? 1.5. No one should ever need more than 64 gigabytes of RAM. I don't even think they should need more than 32. But like max 64 gigs of RAM. That should do it for like anybody. Any more than that and you're just wasting money. Unless you actually know that you need more than that, then what's the point? 1.5 terabytes of memory for $22,000. Who do they think they're fooling? Well, their customers, that's who, because they fall for this and they buy it anyway. 1 terabyte of SSD storage for $360. I get double the SSD storage for that price. And mine was an M2 drive. I bet these aren't even M2 drives. I bet these are SATA drives, but I'm not sure. They might be M2s. Like I said, you can get let me look this up. You can get a 1 terabyte SSD for $100 on Newegg. Look at this. 1 terabyte. Is that an M2? It is an M2. You can get a 1 terabyte M2 drive on Newegg for $100. Apple wants to charge $360 for a 1 terabyte SSD. $360 for wheels, folks. You'll love to see it. Anyway, who do they think is buying their products? People who use Macs are like editors or people who do it for school. Also, that argument that you bought a Mac for school, it doesn't work. Let me show you why. You can get a Microsoft Surface for $400 and you get a Mac for $1,000. My friend They have a MacBook for $1,000. It can't even run Discord without lagging. It can't run Roblox without lagging. And I always tell them, why did you buy a MacBook? And they said, it's fancy and it's for work. I'm like, fancy? Are you serious? Look at this. Microsoft Surface Pro. You can't even tell the difference. You can't even tell the difference between this and a Mac. They look the same. And this will do the same job for half the price. Another thing, one of their monitors that goes with the $1,000 monitor stand. Let me look that up. 32-inch Retina 6K. Okay, with the $1,000 stand. Oh, you get $100 off if you buy it with the monitor, with the Visa adapter. Also, by the way, no one in their right mind would ever buy a Pro stand and then slap an adapter on it and then put like a regular monitor on it. You know, like a $200 monitor on a $1,000 stand. No one would ever do that. So selling this just doesn't make any sense. $5,600 for a monitor. That's like 2 months' pay for one monitor, dude. Look at this. You can buy an 8K TV for $2,000. Look at this. I can buy. Let's go to Amazon real quick. Okay, so we're on Newegg. Here we go. We've got a 4K 1 millisecond response time monitor. Asus monitor. This is a 4K monitor, 28 inches, for $280 about. And then you go to Apple's website and you get a 6K monitor, 32 inches, for $5,600. That is exponentially more for minimal improvement. You wouldn't even be able to tell the difference at that point. Another thing is the headphones that they came out with recently. It's like $550 for a pair of headphones. Let me show you those. Airpods Max for $550. Okay. Let's compare this to Razer. They're considered the Apple of gaming. So let's check their prices on wireless headphones. Their most expensive is $300. It's called the Razer Opus. It's $300 because it has a design, I guess. The one that it's still a Razer Opus. So let's just say their most expensive is $200 for a pair of wireless headphones. $200 for something that will accomplish the same task as these $550 headphones. Same headphones. Now I'm sure these AirPods sound a little bit better, but is a minor audio improvement worth another $350? I don't think it is. Also, in my opinion, these look way cooler. I wouldn't wear them because I have my own headphones. I don't really like wireless headphones anyway, but $200 versus $550. It's a no-brainer. It is. They're charging extra because it has the Apple logo on it. Let's take a look at their AirPods. So we've got AirPods with a charging case for $160. Okay. $160 for a pair of little pieces of earbuds. Okay, let's look at Razer's. And again, Razer's considered the Apple of gaming because they love to charge extra for things that really don't deserve to be charged that much. Razer Hammerhead True Wireless Earbuds for $100. And if you put it in white, Mercury, they look the same. Identical to AirPods for $60 less. I mean, just look at these. It's the same product for cheaper because it doesn't have the Apple logo on it. Can you imagine spending $160 on AirPods when you could get these for $100? Now, I don't think either of these deserve to be $100. I think that's too much either way. But this is cheaper. And let's look at the Raycons. Raycons, same thing. Raycons. Here we got $80 Raycons. Same thing. It's the same thing. They're the wireless earbuds. Same thing. They accomplish the same task. And this is half the price as the Apple ones. Let me show you something else. Apparently this is the Magic Mouse. If you've ever used these mice before, they're the worst. They're terrible. They are. And let me tell you why. You can't click both buttons at the same time. So if you try to play a game, which is, if you're trying to play a game on a Mac in the first place, you're brain dead. But if you, let's say it's not, let's say you didn't choose the Mac. Let's say your parents bought you one and you didn't want it, and you're trying to play Phantom Forces or something, and you have the $80 Magic Mouse. $80 Magic Mouse. You can't click both buttons at the same time. Also, this is like a touch mouse, which who asked for that? Really, it's an inconvenience more than it is more than they think it is. I think they did it because they want to be fancy again. But really, it's not good. Just look at this. This isn't comfortable at all. Imagine holding this. Imagine this. It doesn't fit in your hand at all. I promise it doesn't fit in your hand. Now let's look on Amazon for a gaming mouse. Look at this. $30 for the Death Adder Essential. Oh, but it's actually $50. But yeah, you need a sale. So $30 on sale for the Razer mouse. Looks better. Okay, it is better. It is better. I have a Razer Death Adder Elite V2. This is $70. I promise. I've used both these mice before. I promise. This is way, way better than any Apple mouse. Any Apple mouse. This $40 Logitech, $27. I promise it's way better than any Apple mouse. Even this cheap looking mouse, $13. I promise you'll have a way better time with one of these. Plus it lights up. It lights up. Compared to one of these, $80, I promise this probably cost them like $5 to manufacture. You do not want to use one of these. Same goes with their keyboards. So we've got this tiny little wireless keyboard for $100. Let's check Amazon. Let's check Razer again. By the way, there's really no point in having a wireless keyboard at all. I cannot imagine wanting a wireless keyboard. Their latency is really bad, and they just cost more for no reason. Their cheapest keyboard is the Razer Synosa V2. This is an RGB full-size keyboard. Oh shit. These are not wireless, but does it matter? Who cares if it's wireless or not? Actually, you do probably want it to be wired because wired keyboards, wired everything has lower latency, so. And they're cheaper, and you don't have to charge them, and it's $60. RGB with the whole keyboard, so the numpad and all the little other buttons, compared to $100 for this lame looking thing. Again, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It is. So let's take another look at their MacBooks. So we have the Ultimate Pro 16-inch model, I guess, by a 6-core processor, 512 gigs of storage, 16 gigs of slow memory, an old card, I guess. Let me look this card up. Okay, apparently it competes with the 1650. That's pretty good. $800? And it competes with a 1650? A 3080 is $700. A 3080. Wow. Look at this. A 1650 costs $190 on Newegg. And Apple wants to charge $800 for basically the same card. So when I recorded this earlier, I didn't make sure to check, but because I actually showed a 1050 Ti. So on Newegg, 1650 is actually $350, but that's still more than half the price of the $800 card that they have. It's absurd. It is. Let me show you one of Razer's gaming laptops. So to be honest, both of these are basically the same, except this has a way better graphics card. The display is also 165 Hertz, and it looks cooler in my opinion, and it has RGB keyboard. But it costs less. It costs less. It's about $200 less for something superior. And Apple OS, if you ever use the Mac OS, it's just really not good. If your goal is to play games, you shouldn't be getting a Mac in the first place. At the same time, when you put that into mind, why would you ever get one of these? Because if you put these inside of a Windows OS, then you'd have a pretty decent gaming machine. But it's just not going to play games. It's just not going to. You can play some games like CSGO or something, but you have to buy a brand new mouse, a brand new keyboard. You're just not going to play games on a Mac. You're just not going to. It's just not going to happen. No one buys a Mac to play games. No one does. But then, what do they buy them for? The answer is editing and productivity. I had one friend. They told me they bought a Mac because it comes with the GarageBand app and they like to make music with it. I guess that makes sense, but it's not like you can't make music on a Windows. Look, GarageBand equivalent for PC. 6 best GarageBand alternatives to music production on Windows. Mixcraft 8. Music Maker Jam. You know, all this stuff. It's for Windows. And you don't have to pay a premium. If you take a look at their phones, too. The iPhone 11 Pro. Who asked for 3 cameras? What's the point of having 3 cameras? And this'll run you $1,000. And they don't use USB-C either in their charging. They use their stupid little Apple charger to make it harder for everybody. And if you ever use one of their chargers, they just break. For example, look at this. This is what happens to your Apple chargers, bro. So when they removed they removed the headphone jack in the iPhone back when it was the iPhone 7 in like 2016 or something. They said it was because it was for like the water resistance or something. But then you look at their iPads. But then they don't even include an iPhone jack in their iPads. The reason was there wasn't enough space in like an iPhone to have a headphone jack. But then they don't even include a headphone jack in an iPad. That doesn't make any sense. There's plenty of room inside of an iPad for a headphone jack. But they removed it anyway because they want your money. They want you to buy their AirPods. Don't do it. Don't buy their stuff. It's theft. And one of the biggest reasons for people wanting to buy Android over iPhone is the customization. I actually have an iPhone, but I would rather have an Android. You see, when you got an iPhone, you just get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, basically. Everything looks the same, and when it has an iPhone, all their phones it's just gonna look the same. It's just going to look the same. Whatever it comes with, it just comes with, and you can't change it. But with Android, since it's open source, everyone makes their own Android phones, and they come with so many different things, like features. I mean, like they can have 140 hertz displays. They can have the speakers in a different place. Like for example, the Razer Phone 2 has the speakers like here and here, where on all the iPhones it's just right here at the bottom. All Android phones look different. They all look different. There's just a lot more variety with Android phones than there is with iPhones. Way more variety. The reason people buy iPhones and stuff is because they're easy to use. They're just really easy to use. I don't think that justifies paying a premium. What is it? The Google Pixel is like $350, and the new iPhones are like $1,000. And then people will buy the new iPhone every year whenever one comes out. It's a waste of money. If you do that, you're wasting money really bad. You don't need to buy the new iPhone every year, dude. Chill out. The Razer, the Razer Phone 2 was like $800 or something. It was a gaming phone, and it's still cheaper than the iPhones that you get today. Same with their Macs. They're just easy to use. I had this one friend. They go, "Oh, I don't use Windows computers because they're hard to use." Have you ever used a Windows computer? They're not hard to use. They're not. Look at this. So we're on the home screen. This is what you see after you boot up. Let's say you want to go to the browser. Okay. Look. Move the mouse down here. You click this button on the taskbar. You get the browser. That's not hard, really. It isn't. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. You can't get this on Mac. This also has a audio visualizer. Watch this. I have to play some NCS shit. Watch this. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Anyway, another, like, you can't play games on Macs. Let me show you why. And then you can search by the OS. So, if you include everything, 91,000 results. Right now, so 91,000 games. If you click Windows, 91,057 games. If you uncheck that and click Mac, 27,000. So that's like a third of the games that you can play on a Mac. The most I ever see anyone play on a Mac is like Minecraft or Roblox. My friend complains that they can't like aim and shoot on a game because they're on a Mac, and that's how it is, you know? You don't get what you pay for. You just get what you get. They do it to themselves, though. I saw this one person in the comment section talking about the $1,000 monitor stand. And they're like, oh, the monitor stand is just so professional. That's why it costs more. Really? You're going to pay $1,000 for a monitor stand because it's professional? You can buy a Visa mount monitor stand on Amazon for $27. $28, rather. Does this look any worse than the Apple one? $1,000 versus $28. Again, it's a no-brainer. I don't think you can even buy the Apple monitor stand on Amazon. Honestly, what were they thinking? What were they thinking when they were discussing the price of this thing, man? $1,000 for a piece of metal. This probably doesn't even weigh a pound. Honestly, if you buy one of these, you're hopeless. You are. You're a lost cause if you buy one of these, unironically. There's literally an entire gaming PC package that's like $600. I saw on the UK website, Amazon, £600 for a gaming PC, RGB keyboard, mouse, headphones, and a monitor. £600 versus $1,000 for a monitor stand. It's crazy. I don't know who they think is gonna buy this. I'm sure someone's gonna buy it. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be it's a good monitor stand, I'm sure. But is it worth $1,000? No. No, of course it's not worth $1,000. This probably costs like $8 to manufacture, dude. $8, I bet. Oh, and then they got the $700 for some wheels. I don't know what's worse. $700 for some wheels or $1,000 for a monitor stand. Anyways, I think I made my point. Proszę.